Finally, from Barcelona today, Lenovo has demoed the ThinkBook Transparent Display Laptop concept device with a 17.3-inch micro-LED panel and a built-in drawing tablet. Quoting TechCrunch, "I'll be the first to admit that it's difficult to photograph the thing, especially on a crowded show floor with a few dozen folks elbowing their way in to catch a glimpse of it. Broadly speaking, it looks like a laptop with a transparent pane where the screen should be. It's perhaps best understood as a kind of augmented reality device in the sense that its graphics are overlaid on whatever happens to be behind it. I'm racking my brain to come up with a practical real-world use for such a product that goes beyond looks. When I think about working on my laptop, more often than not, I'm facing a wall. On occasion, I'm facing a window with light streaming in. I'm curious how the thing does in full daylight. A max of 1,000 nits is admittedly quite bright, but it's hard to say how it will handle direct sunlight," end quote. And quoting The Verge, "The key draw is its bezel-less 17.3-inch micro-LED display, which offers up to 55% transparency when its pixels are set to black and turned off. But as its pixels light up, the display becomes less and less see-through until eventually you're looking at a completely opaque white surface with a peak brightness of 1,000 nits. But there are some specific challenges with building a transparent display into a laptop. Most notable is resolution, which is more important on a laptop designed to show text than a TV designed to show images. That, incidentally, is why Lenovo tells me it went for a micro-LED panel over an OLED. Although the 17.3-inch display in this concept is only 720p, A.G. Sheng, Lenovo's executive director of SMB Product and Solutions, tells me that going with an OLED would have limited the company to a resolution as low as 480p. 720p still feels like a very work-in-progress spec on a 17.3-inch laptop like this, but at least text shown on the screen during my demo was perfectly readable. Another sign that this is a work in progress, it's not possible on Lenovo's current prototype to manually set the whole laptop screen to be opaque, regardless of whether it's showing white content, black content, or any colors in between. That absolutely is something that we would want if we were going into production, Butler says. It's also something that LG is using contrast film to achieve on its OLED T television. As well as the transparent display, Lenovo's laptop concept also has a completely flat touch keyboard rather than a physical keyboard with keys you can feel and press. When images of this device first started leaking, I assumed this was meant as just another sci-fi flourish, but it's actually part of Lenovo's pitch for artists. That's because as well as functioning like a keyboard, the laptop's base is also designed to work as a drawing tablet. The keyboard that you can see on the laptop is actually a projection, which disappears when you bring a stylus close to the drawing surface or even when you step away from the laptop entirely. Then you're left with a flat surface to sketch on, similar to what you'd find in a screenless Wacom tablet. The downside is that when you're not sketching, you have to use the completely flat surface as a touch-sensitive keyboard, which was definitely the weakest element of the prototype device. It will not surprise you to hear that this mechanical keyboard fan didn't love stabbing his fingers at an image of a keyboard, and I made endless typos in my attempt to write a simple test sentence, end quote. Nothing for you today. Talk to you tomorrow.